for Copenhagen Flames. They seem to have the rotations happen, and then suddenly someone on that team does something that the other players on that team do not expect. And that immediately forces everyone on that team to suddenly have to change what they're doing, make rash decisions, try and sprint back to the goal. And that ruins their momentum, that ruins their flow. And it means that not only are they giving up offense, but they're being forced into really bad defensive situations.
Well, I'm jumping down on the field myself to try to really get into maybe what's going on with Copenhagen Flames.
We have improved the name indefinitely.
That's got to change now. Next week, that's better be what we see. Good shot, though, coming out. Now they have found their footing. I mean, I was watching Bake before, and it looks like he was a little iffy on some of his aerials, but I'm glad he was able to land this one.
Yeah, there's no defense there really at all. I don't see why Metsu came out. Maybe unless he got bumps whilst I wasn't looking. But that was a fantastic shot nonetheless. Definitely out of an angle that I wouldn't expect that much power to come from. And that's the exact start of the Copenhagen Flames. It might get even better. It has got even better. Tell you what, if you want a way to bounce back mentally from a game that was as poor as the previous one, this is it.
Waffle went for that corner boost, committed to that wall touch and wasn't able to connect. And they gave away 2 goals. Now, this is exactly the opposite of what we saw in the last match. And I wonder if Copenhagen Flames can keep it up.
You could just call them Flame Boys if you want to, if it helps you out.
The Flame Boys. I could say it, I just can't say it right now. That's what I'll go with. But a turnaround, it looks like Secrecy is trying to quickly answer these goals. They don't want to sit with this deficit for too long, as no one really would. And almost a beautiful touch from Continuum as he tries to do a single-handed play. He's waiting for that cherry pick, but ends up backing off. Magnus couldn't get it to him in time. They will wrap that one around in front, but the defense in spot 4. CPH is able to put that one to the side. Trying to get possession, but a little bit weird situation for Bake there. Waffle will have to move forward. Fortunately, can't get enough momentum. Continuum takes it the other way. And still a good battle from CPH right now. They haven't let Secrecy really make any plays on their net. Ooh, this could be a chance if they can break it out.
Yeah, they definitely had an opportunity there to try and make that 3-0, but 2 whiffs have taken the opportunity away from them. But they're doing a much better job of their rotations, apart from what I just saw right there, which can only be considered a horde of players trying to go towards that ball.
Yeah, well, originally Saxon made a really good play. On his way back, he took the flank, trying to just, it gives one more opportunity for the defense to stop any attacking. But then, as you said, those 2 defenders in the exact same spot makes it really awkward when you want to try to save a shot. And there's one nice angle from Continuum. Puts 1 answer in, but still 1 to go.
So we can see the passing out here, just extra touches, and Waffle tries to come out. He thinks he can get there just in time. Would have been better off just staying onto the goal line, but that's one of those decisions you make, and the ball goes in, and you suddenly think to yourself, man, I should have just stayed back. But if you stayed back, and the goal goes in, you think to yourself, man, I should have just challenged. So no matter what you do there, you always think you're in the wrong.
Nothing is ever right in Rocket League. Just know that you'll always make the wrong decision.
There is no good decisions, only bad.
Especially when you're playing against Secrecy, although, again, I'm watching, and it looks like, well, except for there, Copenhagen Flames are definitely warming up. Their mechanics are starting to be a little more solid. Still seeing a couple whiffs as they try to go for some weird touches. That was almost cool. And he's going to be able to put that one. Oh, my goodness. Good defense from Magnus as he stops it out. But another attack. This is not over from CPH yet. Finally, a breakout chance for Secrecy.
I honestly thought as that ball was going back that Saxon had brought himself too far forward and was going to just completely whiff that ball. But he got himself up in time with the double jump and just got that one over the top. They've just avoided disaster with that. However, this is much better from Copenhagen Flames. Constant pressure going on, and they realized when they've lost it. The last game, they got pressure on, and then they just kept trying to pile it on, never realizing when they'd actually lost possession of the ball. This time around, recognizing when it's gone wrong, get themselves back, put a solid defense together.
Well, I think that's something that's so critical for teams sometimes, that they're like, why do we have so many open net goals? And it's exactly what you just said. Recognizing when that ball is no longer in your hands, and just backing off, respecting your opponents. Even on the rotations right now, I'm watching, especially with Waffles. I think he recognized what happened last match. He's given a lot of space as that 3rd man, and making sure that they're not committing too hard to anything and bunching everyone up.
Yeah, and it's important. I mean, inherently, when you go for those rotation shots, when you keep putting off the backboard, when you keep going for shots like that, there's an inherent time limit that you actually have until the ball can go in, and that's going to be shot not onto target. But you've got an inherent time limit where you've either run out of boost as a team, or the rotation just is not fast enough, because that ball is going to go faster than your team can every day. Oh, wow!
Oh, that was close. Yeah, good patience from Waffle there as he was able to keep that out. Knew his teammate had the first touch, waited to get that second one, otherwise it would have rolled right in. But they're getting pressure now. This could be scary. Oh, Met gives that one away. Breakout chance here. As long as Waffle can get a good touch up the wall, we'll go to Continuum as they try to set up a play. Good try for the intercept. They're trying to contest everything, and that's important. Actually hitting the ball will be the next step, but a drop down almost being put in. There's another one to the corner. They just can't connect with the back of the net. Finally, they do tie it up with 22 seconds left.
Secrecy, I am infinitely impressed with throughout this entire time that they've been down. They didn't try and rush it at all. They've kept the plays coming in a smart fashion. They haven't just tried to boot the ball downfield for a clearance. And we saw it pay off there. We saw them go for constant little flicks to the side, trying to pull out defenders. And it ends up working with just constant onslaught of pressure onto the net. Well done by Copenhagen Flames for withstanding that for as long as they did. But eventually a shot came in that they just couldn't save.
Well, there it is, all tied up. And that's something that I'm sure CPH didn't want to deal with, is trying to get another goal. They were sitting pretty strong on defense for a bit there. Continuum trying the last second goal. This looks like it will go to overtime if this drops the ground here. But Saxon doesn't want that to happen. Defense from Secrecy keeps it away. I'm sure Waffle wants to drop that quick. Could have put it in a bad spot there. We do hit overtime. 2-2. CPH playing a lot better than the first one. I'm sure they did not want this overtime.
No, and CPH, I mean, if we look at the amount of shots there, they have had a lot less goal-scoring opportunities than Secrecy, but they've made the use of theirs. They've taken advantage of what we're seeing consistently from Secrecy in this game of two-man commits to defense, and that is opening up that net for shots.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird team bump on the other end. Did set up a chance for Secrecy there as they tried to put one in. It was very close. That defense had to rush back for CPH. Fortunately, they get back in time. Possession in the hands of Secrecy. A flick up. Waffle was waiting for that one. He does follow through. See if his teammates can get in a good spot for a setup here. Continuum going to take control. Saxon was hesitant to go for that one. Thankfully, he did stay down as Continuum had hold of that. Stack up there from CPH. We'll give the possession right back over to Secrecy as they try to make another attack. Patience. That's the big thing for Secrecy right now. They're looking to each goal, and you mentioned it before, as you know, they're just each goal. Just focus on the next goal. Don't rush anything. This could be a chance here. If that drops in just off the post. Was that a save there from Bake?
That was a fantastic save from Bake.
Oh my goodness. So clutch to keep that one out, but the pressure's not up yet. As Secrecy tries to put another one to the far side. Chance now for CPH to break out, but the pressure not done yet. Met. One more chance. And here's a chance now for CPH to put it up, but they lose possession very quickly. No counterattack at all.
I'm not too sure how much I agree with that touch from Waffle. Oh, he saved it! Okay. I can get behind that. You might have caused the problem, but you also fixed the problem.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
inherently, you're at natural, you're at neutral zero there.
No, he's like, guys, don't worry. I got this. I'll put us in a bad spot, but I'll make sure it ends up nice in the end. But they can't break out right now. I mean, they are stopping every attempt. Getting incredible saves, whether it's their fault it was like that in the first place or not. But breaking out is a problem for them. They can't get control. Secrecy is just maintaining possession on offense this entire overtime so far.
Well, the problem when you're in defense like this is that you always try and clear it away. And all of these loose balls by Copenhagen Flames are being taken away. They're being gobbled up by Secrecy. And they're only just finally going to get themselves out of that. That's the problem, though, if you keep going for loose balls. Your opponents are already in position. They know roughly where that ball can go. And that's a mistake there.
Yep.
That's not how this was supposed to end.
No, that kind of fell apart. I mean, Saxon tried for something great by moving it into the opponent's end, trying to get some boost, coming back with a demo, trying to relieve some pressure to allow his teammates to finally break out and create an attack themselves. But a missed touch from Waffle there puts that into an awkward spot in front of the net, and Continuum is able to finish it off.
Yeah, I think Continuum just sat there towards the end of that play. We saw it in the replay. He just sat just going, I'm going to sit here just in case there is a mistake that is made.